Hey guys, how are you doing? Today we are back. Okay, let me just close this. We're going to be doing simple registration form. Let me open it first. Let me first open it. Okay, yeah. We're going to be doing this today. We're going to be creating this login form where user will be able to enter their username and password. So if you weren't paying attention to the other, I have other videos. The two previous videos are leading up to this video. So there's important information in the previous videos. So like I would urge you guys, please go and visit the previous videos for you to understand how your user is able to input their username and password here, and they're sent to the database. That is the SQL database. Okay guys, we can now officially begin. Let me first close this. So previously we were here, we were trying to create the form. Now we're trying to create an actual interactive form that the users can actually use to input details into the database. So first you will need to create a link, this link here, a style.css link. You may wonder what that is, this file. Just come here and click on this. Create. What are we creating? Let's see. U.css. I will do it and just press enter. But now because I've already created my style.css, which is here, yeah, there's no need of going back and doing extra work that you guys can go and do for yourselves. Okay, let's begin, guys. Okay, now we can continue. So within your body, within the head tag, and within the body, not within the head tag, sorry, within the body tags, between the two body tags, we need to create a form. And how are you going to style this form? We're first going to create a div with a class name center. So we just do dot center, then tab. It will create a div class center. Now the next thing we're going to do, we're going to have an input. The type is obviously a checkbox. And the ID, I'm going to write the ID as show. After that, you can create another label. Okay, label. What is the label for? Show. The class here, we can call it should be button. Then you're going to write. So this is the button that you're going to be able to click on. And when I click on this button, the form should appear. Okay. Just a simple explanation. So down here, we can create another div. So we're going to create a container. Within this container, we can have a label. What is the label used for? It's going to be show. Then we can input the class. The class then you can input a title there. Should be close. For this label, we can create another div with a class name text. So dot text. So within this text, we can write it as login. Sorry guys. Yeah, we just write login form. Then for this div, we can create another of the official form. We can now create the form that we initially had. Then the action here will obviously be PHP tags, PHP, HTML special characters. Yeah, within this, we're able to do the PHP self. So this form we had already created it. So we're just trying to make you guys remember a little bit. Yeah. So after this, we're going to close this PHP tag. I'm going to close this here. Okay, sorry. There's supposed to be a server global variable here. Yeah. So a global variable, and here we can now close the tags. I would advise you guys to always first open and close the tags first, then input the details of the file here. So generally here you can just do even the direction of the file instead of adding all of this. But to avoid SQL injections, we're supposed to put the HTML special characters. Yeah, I already went through that. So we can continue forming this form. We are going to create, okay, let's do this. Go down here. Within the form, we can create a div. The class name data. So within this div, we can create a label. What is the name of the label? Username. The label, what is the label used for? Okay, wait, first, let's continue. And create an input type, which is the text. Then the name, we can name it username. And here it's supposed to be required because we are going to require the user to actually input the details before inputting, before logging in or pressing on the login button. Okay, that was your first div. You can come in here and copy this div, Control Shift. then down arrow. I'm going to create another div here. The class just data. You can remove it and name it password. The name is supposed to be password. Both of them are required. Then after this div section, we need another div with a class name. Path. Then I forgot to pass, we're going to have an a tag. The text that is shown there, forgot password. This link is supposed to take you to the page where you have declined your, where you have used your forgot password logic. Then below this div, you can have another class with the name HTML. Okay. Now within this class, we can have an a tag. Okay, we don't need an a tag here. I'm sorry. Let's do Control Z. Here we need a div. After this div, we can have a button. Which is login. And here the button, we can have it as type. Supposed to be submit. The name, firstly, it will be submit. I would advise you guys to avoid changing the names here so that you can always be sure that you're actually using this part of the class that I've mentioned. Okay, so that was our HTML side. Let us go and now design the page. Yeah, everything is okay. Control S it and close this page here. And go to the style.css. Within the style.css, this is where you're supposed to declare and arrange this form. Currently, if we look at this form, if we go to this form, we have to start our servers first. Currently, if we go and check on this form, go and check on this, sorry, that was the previous one. If you go check on this form and refresh it, so we can open this. We are opening the file. Okay, sorry. You're supposed to have this, and it will work. Visual form, it's currently like that. I can go to our style.css and actually style the form the way we need to style it. So within the CSS, we need a simple to create a simple. This is the body. Below here, we need now to create a body tag. Within the body tag, you're supposed to have a height. The height is supposed to be 100, like that. VH width. The width is supposed to be 100%. We can have a background, but a background of H11, 3, 1, yeah, I guess that's the color. 3 1s, 3 1. Yeah. That is the background display. We're going to display flex. Align. We're going to align the items. How are you going to align the items? Center. The item is supposed to be on the center. Justify content. So the justify content is going to be on the center. Okay, that is the body. Then we go to the class show button. So the show button is this one. So for this class of show button, we're going to have a background white. So triple F. We're going to have a padding. 10 pixels and maybe 20 pixels. We're going to have font size. So the font size we can use maybe 20 pixels. Font weight. The font weight is supposed to be 500, maybe. I think 500 is a good font weight. Then the color we can have it as the yeah, is the color that we're going to use. Then the cursor supposed to be a cursor pointer, box shadow. Yeah, 0, 0, yeah, 0. And here we can have like a 0.1. These designs just depend on your what you want, what you do, have a feel for. The border radius you can use. Okay. The border radius can be 8 pixels. Transition. Transition can be all 0.1 with an ease. That is the transition. Position. We're going to have absolute instead of relative. Here. This is going to be 50. We copy this and use it back here with the top. Then the transform, translate. Then we can use the minus control V. Then minus control V. Yeah. Can I move on to the container? It is supposed to be transform origin. Yeah, I think that would be better. Transform origin. Supposed to be in the center. Here we're going to go to the show button. Now we want it active. So when it's active, what do we need it to do? We need to scale 0.9. Yeah. Here we're going to have an input. Then use this. The type equals to the checkbox. Then we're going to display it as an and first. Then the container, we're going to scale it to 0. City 0. The Z index, we're going to have it as maybe -1. Makes sense. Background, we'll have it as white. The width with the body. And we are going to have it as 30 pixels. Just copy this. Use it here. We're going to remove it and use it as our, okay. For 10 years seems going to work well. Then we're going to have a box shadow. The box shadow is 0.08 pixels. Then the RGB color, you're going to have the same 0, 0, 0, then here 0.1. I usually use 0.7. I don't know why today I'm not using 0.1, but let us just try that one. And the transition, all 0. And it's going to be an ease here. After that, we go to the Control Z. After the container, we can okay, we're going to hash show class. This is the ID. When you do a hash, you mean you're going for the ID. So when it's checked, what do you want to do when it's checked? Dot contain. So we're going to scale it to 1. Opacity 1. And there's an index. We can have it as 11. Yeah, that's better. Okay, this is getting an element by ID. Don't forget that. Now here, the container. Dot we have position. Absolute. The right and top. So here at the top, we're going to have 15 pixels. And the right here, we can have 20 pixels. Then the font size, we can have maybe 18 pixels. That can be the slash. And the cursor is going to be a pointer. We are going to move on to the container down here. Container with the close button that hover when you hover over it. Container. Close. Then when you hover over it. So when you hover over the container, what do you want the color to be? Color, we're going to have it as, yeah, light blue. Going to use this class container again. Text. Let us check whether the text is like that. Container, what is the container that we're using? Okay, yeah. So the text, how do you want the text to appear? The font size is going to be 35. Font size, maybe the font weight. The font weight we're going to use 600. Then the text align. We're going to have it as a center. Okay. Now the containers form. How do you want it to be? So margin top minus 20. The transition is going to be all 0. Yes. Okay. So for the container, dot container form. So the height here is going to be 45 pixels. Width, going to have it as 100% so that you can cover the whole area allocated. Then the margin, going to have it as 40 px. 0. So here we're going to have the font size. Below here we're going to have the form. Or height of 100% so that you can cover the whole of it. The width can be the same, 100%. Padding, we can have padding from the left, can have 10 px. The font size we can have, okay, we have something like 17 pixels. In the border we can have 1 pixel solid with a silver outline. Okay, now we can move on to, okay, what type of class is this that I don't? Okay, just have form. Here we're not adding the dot because we're just showing that we're using a class of this, but you can just write contain after it, before it, I mean. So for quicker coding, you need to just adapt to the coding situation, I guess. So the border color, you can have it as the border bottom width. Have it as 2 pixels. Below here we can have form. So here the margin top, we're going to have -8 pixels. Yeah. Okay, let's move below like this so that you can see properly. Sorry about that, guys. We can continue. Just copy this. We're wasting time. Maybe we want it to have to modify the A tags. So here we have the color. The color can have it as the same one that we have been using. And the text decoration. The text decoration is supposed to be in none. We don't need any decoration for the text. Here we're going to Control V. Okay, when you hover over it, we need the text decoration to be underlined. Okay. Now here we can have the form btn. Okay, we're going to do the form 20. We're going to have a margin of 30 pixels and 0 pixels. Here we just write 0. Sorry about that. We can have the height of 45 pixels. A width of 100%. The position is going to be relative with an overflow. Hidden. Here down below, you can have the button again. So here the margin, on the margin of 30 pixels. Okay, we don't need a margin here because it's the inner button. What do we need within the inner button? We might have the height of 100% to occupy all of it. The width, I can have it as 300%. The position, definitely absolute. So left we're going to have -100. Then the transition, we're going to have them all, but with 0.4 seconds. Okay, we're almost done, I guess. So here, we need this form again. the button. So when you hover the button, what do we need the inner part to do? This allows for it to not overflow within the page. So we take this button again. Okay, then here it's going to be the button. So in this, we're going to have a height of 100%. We need the width, 100%. Background of 9. Okay, we have border of 9. Because we don't need the border. Then the color is going to be white. The background, we're going to use another color that we haven't used before. So it's 3-1. Okay, I've already used it. Sorry. 3-1. 3-1. And A. That is the color. We're going to have the font size as 18 pixels. The font weight, a font weight of 500. Text transform is going to be in uppercase. The letter spacing, we can have it as 1 pixel maybe. The cursor is going to be a pointer. The border radius is going to be 8 pixels. Then overflow, hidden. Below here, we're going to have the sign up link now. Let's just copy that and use this here. Then I'm going to erase this. This link is going to be text align center. To need this again. Control C, Control V, then an A tag. So here the color is going to be one that we used. Then the text decoration can be none. So here we're going to have the over effect in the button. What we want to have the text decoration and the text decoration to be underlined. Yeah. And with all of that, I guess we have created our first CSS design. I think this is the best design. Now let's check on our design. Let's control S everything. Control S everything. We just open this page. Let's see. Whether, okay, here's the form now. Let us see if it actually works. You can input a name like you and the password. Okay, first let's check our database. within this database brand, you see the users. Okay, we're supposed to check if we have our sixth user as you. For it to work, we need a sixth user as you. Okay, let's go back to our form. You, then we can input a password. Okay, first, let's pause. Okay, we'll need to refresh this. Let us view the form. Here we can input you. You, then here we can input the password. Okay, so guys, here when we input you, and here we input you as a password, then we log in, the details have been sent. Let us check in the database if the details have been sent. If we refresh this, now we have the user you here. Okay, we can add another person just to confirm. Let us view the form and create maybe share here. And if you log in the user, check in the database, you see right now it is you. Let's see if there is an eighth user. Voila. And that's how you have been able to enter a user into a database with the username and hash password. So guys, thank you. And it has been a long video. Hopefully enjoyed. Yeah, see you next time.